I'll say it myself if nobody will. If you want to necessarily go on anything deeper that we call, you saying anything in this projectional experience is spirituality, you start with that shadow work first. I must say, for any sorts of anything, shadow work is a lost art. It is an art in itself. And those that really, sat there with themselves with the hardest, the deepest, the most unapologetic, the most ungraspable shit about that you never thought you could, even hand about yourself, the shit that you never even thought would emerge, but back in your conscious mind. It goes on to say not only when you deal with those, you become a whole nother person, but you understand that resistance is your number one enemy. And I'm gonna keep it whole. Yo, shadows probably govern, I probably say 80% of your unconscious patterns and your cycles in your everyday life. On what you continuously choose to do, with this vessel moving, as a soul moving through this body. Which is also in case the same psychological pattern that leads in the same neural pathways as pain and pleasure. I say that all to say that, shadow work is basically the foundation of how healing even gets its name, or how healing even gets its, vulnerability of understanding, of graspintation, of, interpretation, of, knowing, of being, of fulfillment of self in the first place. As above, so below. Any, pattern of shadow work, is going to lead you to where you need to be utmost, to where you need to heal, or where you need to focus more. You're just configuratively, spiritually, energetically, communicate, communicationally, shadow work is, it's everything. I can't lie to you. I was there when I'm about to say next, at this next part. Don't think that you too mega-minded, or that you too good, or that you too gratitudified, or you too abundant, to be, to look at yourself and see what you may need to be, you need to fix with yourself, or feel, feel like you need to improve with yourself at. Because anything is shadow work. There's no such thing as finishing any shadow work. There's shadow work always being done. There's shadow work your ancestors having, that your ancestors, necessarily, because your ancestors live and they move through you as much as spirit does. Aligning yourself with the situations, the neural pathways, the timelines, the the energetic, synchronicity codes, your unprojectional experience, that also is gonna align with your ancestors and shadow work that they also, I wouldn't say failed to do, but the shadow work they didn't get to brace and get to, embody it in their own projectional experience, or any dimension that you call, with the humanoid or vehicle, vernacular field, or vernacular form. You cannot predict when any shadow work is going to be graceful, where you have to deal with this, or you have to deal with it. The difference is, or when you are able to deal with it, and how you're going to deal with that very situation, and how you're going to choose to alchemize, and submit yourself to that very, identified, situation with that, whatever you want to call it, whatever you are dealing with in the moment. And I want to make this clear right now. Nothing is yours until you make it yours. No thought in your mind is yours until you make it yours. Nothing that you see is yours until you identify, or until you attach with it. Your job in this projectional experience is whatever you perceive, and what you ever, what you want it to be. Whatever you choose to make this projectional experience to be, because you are the creator. You are the very author governing everything right now. And that includes, embodiment of, working in your healing towards any of your shadow work that you choose to move towards, or that you choose, to work with. Your wounds are not your story, but the very foundation of where you're going to land, and how far you can take anything in your projectional experience. And you deal with it with love first and foremost, before any other energy gets to brace within that situation.